If you are a pre-med and you have a low GPA or a questionable GPA, you're not sure what to do, you need to watch this video, guys. Watch this video so you can understand how to boost that GPA and do it efficiently. Let's go. But stop making excuses, stop whining, stop, right? Get at it. No excuses, just dominate. All right, we are here, we are back, we are live action. If you don't know who I am Dr. Andre Pinesett. I am the study doc, and I am here to empower students, guys. I'm on a mission to empower 1 million students by 2025, and we're going to get the job done. Hello, everyone. We are live action right now. So, Premed Pearl, hello. Joe, hello. Leslie, Chima, Harpreet, Abdi. Yeah, okay, we're good now. Andrea, Liz. Okay, so live action. You guys always know if you want an answer to your question, get to my website, studenttransformation.com, leave me a voicemail, and I will feature your voicemail on here, and I will answer your question. I will help you understand what you have to do. So today we have a question submitted by Isaac. I'm going to read it to y'all right now so we can understand what we're going to do about our questionable GPAs. So Isaac says, hello, Dr. Pinesett. My name is Isaac, and I am a fourth-year biology major at insert university. I'm enrolled currently and have a 3.24 GPA at the university and had a transfer GPA of 3.59. My question is, should I hold off on graduating and take more courses to get my university GPA a little higher before applying to med school? Or should I graduate and do a post-bac program? I'm asking this because I'm a non-traditional student and I'm willing to do what it takes to obtain my goal. I just need a little coaching and advice on how to get there. Any advice you have is welcomed and appreciated. Thank you. All right, so this is a question submitted to me. I get so many questions from students that are worded so poorly that it really bothers me. So I want everyone, first off, to give Isaac a thumbs up right now for asking an intelligently formed question, giving me a reasonable amount of information, and being reasonable in terms of what he's saying and saying what he's willing to do. And I commend Isaac, first of all, because for many of you guys, wherever your GPA is, I want to let this be known. No matter where you are as a pre-med student, you can get into medical school. But you have to make up your mind that you're willing to do what it takes to get there. And in this case, he leads off by saying, right, he says, I'm asking this because I'm a non-traditional student. I'm willing to do what it takes to obtain my goal. I just need coaching and advice, guidance. And so most students aren't willing to take that step and say, I'm willing to do whatever it takes. So I commend Isaac for saying he's willing to do what it takes. Now, with that being said, let's lay out the facts. Isaac, 3.24 university GPA, 3.59 transfer GPA, looking to go into medical school, is a fourth year, soon could possibly graduate. What should he do? You have lots of options to improve your GPA, which is why anyone, right, can always improve their GPA, but you have to find the right one for your particular situation. That's why this low GPA question, I don't know, but a lot of you guys have probably searched the internet for an answer to what to do with your low GPA, and it's always all over the place because it really does depend on the specific situation, but it's important to know your options. So before I get into what Isaac should do, it's important to understand what you can do. You can always, right, so first option is to always stay at your university and take more classes. That's one option. The other option is to graduate and then take additional classes elsewhere, either at another university, either online, at a community college, or as part of a formal post-bac program. Technically, all of these options are post-bac coursework, right? They're after your bachelor's degree, but there's formal and then there's independent or informal post-bac programs. So those are your options for improving your GPA. We have to start there and lay that out. In this case, Isaac's GPA, I'm guessing here, right, is at 3.2 something at the university, 3.59 at the community college. Let's say it was 2 years and 2 years. That means his GPA probably averaged out somewhere in the range of 3.3 plus, right? So between 3.3 and 3.4, somewhere in that range. That is a competitive, but on the low end of competitive GPA. You should be shooting to at least have your GPA be 3.3 or higher. So Isaac is right on that lower end cuff of being acceptable to many medical schools. We're all good there. I don't know what the science GPA is. I don't know what the general GPA is, but this is kind of the lump sum, like overall GPA. That being said, at that point, right, we have all these options in front of us. What I would like say that Isaac should do is actually he should stay at his university. And actually, to further extend this, in most situations, If your GPA is questionable and you're currently enrolled, you should consider staying enrolled at your university. And there's a bunch of different reasons. And for this case, with this GPA in the 3.3, 3.4 range, the reason I say stay at the university is because it's cheaper to stay where you are at that university, even because some universities do this where they charge you an extra fee for staying beyond 4 years. That fee of a couple $1,000s is cheaper than the $20,000+ you're going to pay for a post-bac program. In this case, you don't need an entire post-bac program worth of courses to get competitive. So why would you spend the money? It's overkill to go into a post-bac program. So I wouldn't recommend a post-bac program in this situation. I also say stay at the university because your other option is to graduate and go to the community college route. But as many of you guys may have heard, community college grades are not always valued the same as university grades, especially when you've already gone to a university and then you elect to take additional coursework at a community college, because it seems like you're ducking the university level competition to go down to the community college level and cherry pick those grades. So they don't want to see that. Does that make sense to everybody? This GPA is borderline competitive. You don't need a lot of work, so then don't go enroll in a full post-bac program. Same time, you don't need a lot of work, so you don't have to worry about the expense of I need all these classes. You need a few classes to continue to elevate your GPA. And if you guys don't know, I'm always saying the GPA and the MCAT are the foundation of your application, right? Because the computers weed out based on numbers, so we must get that GPA in as competitive of a place as we can, and we must value that first. So I say stay at the university. The other advantages of staying at your university to take these classes, right, are a few. The first is that it's easier to get higher classes. So if you're at a university, you have accumulated a lot of credits, your standing is higher, therefore you have early enrollment, priority enrollment, and you'll be able to get the classes that you want when you want them. Additionally, because you're at a university, this is the problem with going to community college sometimes, is that they don't offer classes beyond the basic levels because it's meant to be a stepping stone to university. So if you've already been at the university, you've exhausted all of the basic science classes, you have to take even higher levels. And many community colleges don't offer these and don't offer these regularly. So maybe they have one session once a year that's high level anatomy, etc. So if you stay at the university, you'll have access to these higher level courses and more of them to be able to boost your GPA as opposed to the community college. The other thing is that the university that you're already at, it's familiar to you. So rather than transferring or going to community college or going to a post-bac or whatever it might be, you're already there. You know where the library is, right? You know where the best food is. You know the counselors. You know you have resources at your disposal. You have a social support system. So why would you uproot your life to go somewhere else and have to start fresh? You guys know what that is, right? That transition when you move somewhere and you have to go through that. Like, it's tough. It's difficult. Why put yourself through that? So I would say in this situation, it makes the most sense, Isaac, for you to stay at your university, take some more classes, and improve that GPA. And for you guys out there with similar GPAs in the 3.3, 3.4 range, congratulations for getting your GPA there, because it's not easy to do as a pre-med to get a GPA that high. I think that we have this skewed perception of what our achievements are when we're pre-med sometimes, because we're competing, right? We're competing. It's like, oh man, like it's so competitive getting to medical school. I've got to be the best. I got to have 4.0. We lose sight of the value of our work and what we've done. So if you've been able to attain a 3.3 or 3.4 GPA as a pre-med, pat yourself on the back. Be proud of that, but recognize when it comes to medical school admissions, you're still on the fringe. So it would be in your best interest to do some more coursework. And I think some students try to say, well, my GPA is questionable, but I'm going to go ahead and take the MCAT and hope to get a high score. Most of the time, I recommend that students don't do this because the odds of you getting a really high MCAT score if your GPA is low are not great. But if you're on the fringe like this, right, 3.334, you may be a good enough student to do well in the MCAT, and that MCAT may override and supersede your GPA. So that actually would be a viable option in this case. But if your GPA is lower, I wouldn't recommend that. Does that make sense to everybody? So we want to be very clear on this opportunity. And I didn't mention master's programs, so someone just asked, what about master's programs? No, so so someone asked, can you graduate and stay at the university without seeking a new degree? Sometimes you can. Sometimes they force you to go into the extension program, so university extension, which is more expensive again, and also has limitations. So that may not be a viable option. But if you can avoid graduation, it's better because there's less fees associated, less hassle, less hoops. Someone also asked, what about a master's program? A master's program doesn't do what you need it to do, because master's programs, unless they're post-bac programs with a master's attached, don't actually improve your undergrad GPA, because medical schools look at undergrad GPA and then graduate work separately. So think about that, right? Liz asked, thank you for your question, Liz. Would you recommend grade replacement by taking a class over improving the grade in that class? So the question here becomes, if I fail a class, so let me also clarify this. MCAS doesn't allow you to do grade replacement for classes that you've passed. So I see lots of people, and actually I had a student maybe 2 months ago who sent me a message and was like, hey, Dr. Pinesett, I don't know what to do. I was planning on applying this year. I had taken all these classes. I was very excited about my GPA, but then now I put it in the calculators and it's saying that my GPA is super low. And then as we got into the specifics of it, turns out that this student had passed a bunch of classes and then was retaking these classes at the community college and getting higher grades. The problem is AMCAS doesn't allow you to do that. And actually most universities now don't let you do this. You have to actually fail a class for then you to be able to retake that class for a grade replacement. And even with the grade replacement, it doesn't truly replace it, it averages the two. So what I say is, if you fail classes, why not retake those classes and get like lower level elevations in your GPA? So it's an easier class to get the A in and improve your GPA. But if you don't have any failing grades, you just have a lot of C's, which happens to some students, then I encourage you to actually go and take new higher level coursework. Does that make sense to everyone? This is what you have to do. We have to really think through the nuances. So thank you guys for your questions. I don't want to belabor this point. I want to thank Isaac for his question. I want to thank all of you guys. AMCAS is the American Medical College Application System. AMCAS. No T on the end of that. I want to thank all you guys for hanging out with me. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys have enjoyed this, let me know. Send me a comment. Send me a message. Let me know you guys are benefiting from what I'm throwing out. I'm going to be right back at this with a repeat right after this. And as always, guys, I'm here to empower students, right? To help you guys get where you want to go. It's never enough on one of these episodes. So I encourage you guys, get to my website, studenttransformation.com. Check out a course. Check out a coaching program. Get the full story, not just a piece of it, right? Because maybe I answered one question today, but there are many more questions you have, many more answers you need. So get over there to studenttransformation.com, check that out, and keep coming back. So subscribe and get more of this. Thank you guys very much for joining me. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. And as always, guys, right, when we leave, what are we doing? We're dominating. So no excuses, just dominate. Make this a productive week. Let's go get it, right? Let's go get medical school. Let's take medical school. Thank you guys very much. I will see you guys next time. Today is the day, guys. No more excuses, no more complaining. You're going to take your future in your own hands. You're going to dominate. You're going to be successful. Get to my website, studenttransformation.com. I challenge you. What are you going to do today to make your life better?